Furman University is facing a budget deficit tens of millions of dollars deep. Now, that's according to the university president. Now, the school is looking at where cuts can be made, including 2 sports programs. Fox Carolina's Grace Runkel is live from campus with some of the details on how things could look a little different come fall. Grace?
Well, Ted, Furman University will no longer have a baseball team or a men's lacrosse team. Those are 2 of the big budget cuts that the university is making. They're so necessary, the university president says, because they're facing that deficit, and that's not going to go away for several years. So that's why it's important to make these big cuts right now up front so they can kind of get ahead of things. Of course, with those 2 teams being discontinued, they're also letting go the coaching staffs for both of those teams. Any teammates, any players on those teams who have scholarships, those are still going to be honored moving forward, but staff will also be available to help those students transfer if they want to continue playing their sport somewhere else. The university is also going to furlough some employees over the summer. That's either going to be for 2 weeks or it could be up to 10. That depends on how active their role typically is during the break. The university is cutting retirement contribution, and their budget is going to take a cut of 5.5%. Since March, the school has refunded $4 million in room and board to students, but it's also added the expensive online classes. The university president says they are making these cuts so they can return to campus in the fall.
We're probably going to have to do both in-person and remote learning, even if students are on campus. So we need to be able to thin out the classes, measuring the size of every classroom and figuring out the best way to get our students around safely.
Those aren't the only cuts that the school is making. A lot more are happening inside the athletic department. We'll tell you what those are coming up in just 30 minutes. Right now, I'm going to toss things back to you, Ted.